Hey everyone, I am Anthony Scott of ToyHypeUSA.com. Today I am reviewing the Masters of the Universe Origins Landshark from Mattel, which is inspired from the 1985 vehicle in the vintage line. The vehicle is packaged in a window box, which you see there with beautifully done artwork, especially on the top. And on the bottom left here, it gives you the instructions how to get the snapping motion going. You push down and roll forward, at which case the drawers open and snap shut. So they have a very nice image down there. The rest of the artwork on the packaging, very nicely done. I think they did a phenomenal job on this. And up on the upper right hand side, it says new for 21, indicating that this is a new release for this year. There's a look at the side of the box. You see some creatures there. And there's a look at the other side with another creature. The back of the box gives you more great artwork showcasing Skeletor inside the Landshark, along with Stinkor and Triclops battling Fisto and Man-at-Arms. There's also a description right here, as well as a number of other figures, playsets, and vehicles that are available for 2021, including Castle Grayskull, which is coming later this year, which is first available at Walmart stores and then will be available everywhere else. Also new on the back of the box for 2021 is Battle Armor He-Man, Roboto, Battle Armor Skeletor, Merman, Zodak, Clampchamp, Ram Man, Panther, and the Landshark is also shown. Last year, Mattel's kicked off this line at Walmart, and you got characters like He-Man, Skeletor, Battle Cat, various other releases. So what I'm going to do now is open this up and let's take a closer look. Here is your in-hand look at the Landshark. Two pieces come unassembled in the box just so that they can put it in the box. So it requires a little bit of assembly, and I'm going to demonstrate to do that. But first, I have a quote here from Scott Neitlich, former brand manager for Mattel on Masters of the Universe. He worked on Mattycollector and brought us all those great classics figures from several years back. I reached out to Scott in preparation for this review. I said, Scott, I just picked up the Landshark. It's an amazing vehicle. How come it never made it into Motu Classics? So he responds with this following quote: the Landshark was definitely a vehicle we talked about for classics. We had done so many good guy vehicles that we really wanted to start pumping out bad guy ones. The Roton was bumped up only because it had the whole air and land aspect. But if the line had kept going for sure, we would have gotten to the Landshark. After that, the Road Ripper and the Attack Track were on our short list. So that's very cool. We have confirmation that the Road Ripper and the Attack Track were also forthcoming. And if you remember, the original roadmap was supposedly going to go through 2017, which we probably would have had all three of these vehicles into Motu Classics. Several years before Mattycollector was shut down in 2016, they almost didn't get enough subscriptions, so they had to refine their roadmap to get out all of the core vintage figures to give everyone pretty much a complete lineup, which is what they did. But ultimately, things like the Landshark, the Road Ripper, and the Attack Track did not make it out because of that change in the schedule. And when Mattycollector was shut down, I think it was the following year, Super 7 picked up the brand. They brought us the horse for Jitsu, as well as a whole bunch of other characters from the Classics line, including Filmation. So they did a really nice job there. I just wish they had gotten to the vehicles such as the Landshark, as well as the Road Ripper and the Attack Track. But I'm very happy with what Super 7 did. But again, I wish they had gotten to these vehicles. So I want to thank Scott for the quote. Greatly appreciated. And also, if you haven't done so already, make sure to follow Scott on YouTube. He posts under Spector Creative, and he talks about a lot of the behind-the-scenes Mattycollector things and other aspects in the toy industry. It's a really good, informative YouTube channel. I follow it. I strongly recommend you do as well. especially if you were purchasing products for Mattycollector. There's just a lot of great information that he can talk about now. It's one of my favorite channels, so go check it out. So going back to the land shark, as I specified that 2 pieces come off unattached in the packaging, and there's a little bit of assembly required. So let's take a look at that. You see how it looks like here. So what I'm going to do is just snap these into place. Okay, that side is in. And let's take care of this side. This would go just like this. So there's your look there. So once you assemble it, it's going to look exactly like there. So this is a great looking vehicle, and as you can see, they definitely put a lot of love into this. Here's a look at the front, the other side, as well as the back. So the back here, these are stickers, and if this vehicle had made it to Mattycollector, this probably would have all been sculpted here, including the inside here, just as we've seen on other vehicles from Mattycollector. I believe this would have all been sculpted details and everything, just as we've seen with the Battle Ram and the Sky Sled. This, however, since it's a general retail release, is just all stickers. So there's your look there. This side of the vehicle, you see the sculpted tank treads, which you see right here. There's a lot of great sculpted details, and they really did a nice job on here. Let's just bring that in a little closer, giving you guys a look. So you see all those great sculpted details in there. And here's another look at the side of the vehicle, the blaster, everything, which also pivots on both sides. Turn this to the other side. And the tank tread, the details are identical to the other one. So the front of the face, you see all that great sculpted detail there. The top of it has some really nice sculpted details, bolts and everything. So they did a very nice job on this. Inside the mouth, there's a lot of great sculpted detail there, including little sculpted details on the side of the teeth. The interior of the mouth, you see those sculpted bolts, that pattern along the sides there, as well as how this opens and closes, as shown. Let's go back to the back of the land shark. So again, these are stickers, and if it was released on Mattycollector, this would have most likely been sculpted details, but I'm okay with stickers. The sides, the bottom here, very nicely done sculpted details. And of course the seat, you have the sticker here. The seat right here has a very nice sculpted texture to it. And you see, might be a little dark, but you see those nicely done sculpted details where the feet go. So I think they did a very nice job there. The seat up here has that very same sculpted detail right here. And just like the vintage release, when you move it forward, the drawer opens and closes for chopping action. So that's very cool that they included in this release, which is the primary selling point of the vehicle, just as it was back in the day. The Land Shark is compatible with the 5.5-inch Origins line, which you see Skeletor right in front. The Classics Filmation Skeletor is right on the back, and I chose that one just because it was easily accessible right in front of the shelf. So I tested it out, and Motu Classics is a completely different scale, 7-inch scale. This is for 5.5 figures. He does somewhat fit in, but he does stick up a little bit. So I just wanted to demonstrate to give you guys a look in case you wanted to stick a classics figure in there. From this angle, it's very hard to tell he sticks up at all, but until you take a closer look at it, you can see how you can't push him in anymore, and he just sticks up there like that. But again, from this angle, you can't really tell. Considering that it wasn't part of the Moto Classics line, if you want to position it on a shelf, have a figure facing front like that, it could work. But again, this is best compatible for the Origins line. So let's take Skeletor out of there, and let's stick Origins Skeletor in. Oops. In case you didn't know, all the parts and everything are compatible, so you can remove parts of their body. So once you get them in, and he also sticks up a little bit, but ultimately very nicely done. I love how this came out. So once you stick them in there, you have a driver for the vehicle, and again, very nicely done. He does stick up a tiny bit, but nowhere as bad as Moto Classics, especially if you look at it from the side. This vehicle, once again, is compatible with the Origins line, and you can stick other characters in there besides Skeletor, such as He-Man, and I think pretty much any character without a cape. So right now there aren't any characters with a cape released in Origins, so this will fit basically any standard figure like this. And let's demonstrate the chopping action again with Skeletor in the driver's seat. So the land shark can hold one figure in the shark's mouth, which, as you can see, I stuck in Man-at-Arms. You can push him all the way in as shown. He can hang out to the side. And this would be compatible for any figure you can stick in there as shown. And I also want to correct myself. She-Ra comes with a cape. I meant a plastic cape, not a soft cape in Moto Origins. I do apologize for that. So once you have a figure in there, he stays in very well, as you can see. And just like the vintage toy, they did a very nice job on this. It's a very dynamic vehicle, and ultimately I think fans will love it. Overall, this is a phenomenal vehicle. Highly recommended. I think fans will love it. I think more than one is definitely needed for this line. So if you want to pick up more than one, might be a good idea, considering that this hasn't been available since 1985. So buy multiples. You guys will love it. It's a great vehicle. A lot of fun. It's a unique design. So ultimately, I think fans will love it. I am Anthony Scott of ToyHypeUSA.com. Thank you so much for watching. Please come back and check out for more videos. We have more reviews coming up. This vehicle is available right now, but will be more available in April 2021. Thanks again for watching, and make sure to like and share this video, as it will tell YouTube to share it with more people. Thanks, guys.